Well, I thought you guys might want to hear what it sounds like at idle with this Series 70 Flowmaster on here. And you can hear the engine, you know, a little bit more than you can even this little rumble. And I did have to get underneath here yesterday and hit this with a grinder, like a cutoff wheel and a grinder. I had just it just barely tapped it a little bit on the way home the other day, and I could hear it. Now we're free and clear, nothing touches, super nice. Just a quick reminder, we had to route this exhaust more to this side because I wanted to fit this 32-inch spare up in here. So that's what that was about. Meanwhile, and I'll rev it a little in a moment. I'll put this phone on a tripod here for you. Give it a little rev so you hear what that sounds like. But I'm not in a good mood. And I was thinking, so many other people do that, and I know on YouTube I'm always trying to be pretty upbeat. My battery, I got in the car a couple times in the last couple weeks, and I didn't have the voltage I needed. I mean, it started up, and then it would move up to like the mid 14 amp range when it's running, but a couple times the battery light came on, and while I was at Dave's, he was like, oh yeah, I mean, your battery's swollen, it's time for a new one. So I put an Optima battery in there yesterday. I just spent the money on it thinking it was the right thing to do, because I'll be running a house battery that I'm going to charge off of a more heavy-duty alternator that'll put out more power, and I'll eventually be running some stuff inside the van, so now I'm set up for it. I now know these Optimas aren't what they were 10, 20 years ago, whatever. But I got in this morning and it was low. Now, I don't know if that's because I haven't driven it enough, but I suspect I might have a short somewhere, so I got to source that. When we were under the van the other day with Dave, figure out where that creak is coming from on the springs, and he says, oh, you know, they sell greasable bolts for that. So, man, I went online and started looking at greasable shackle bolts, and all it is a bolt where they drill through the head end, and about 1.5 inches in, they drill it again crossways. They put a Zerk fitting on the end. So you pump grease into it, and that should take care of my issue. The numbers on those things are ridiculously expensive. I mean, they're anywhere from like $38 to like $70 a piece, depending on where you're looking. I found a place, Off-Road Design, I think it is, in Colorado, and they had them for $6.50 a piece, $6.50 a piece. I paid to overnight them 75 bucks. So it's a little over 100 bucks for the forum, because I need to drive to Arizona as soon as possible. I've been putting this off for 3-4 weeks now, and I just got to get things done at the house in Arizona, and I'm on a time crunch. Also, when I put the springs on, you know, I adjusted my height different. I changed the position of the bottom mounting hole on that coilover Gabriel shock, and it really lifted the rear end of the van higher than I needed it to be. I was happy where it was before, and then I cranked on the torsion keys to lift that up so it, you know, sits a little bit better. So I ordered a set of Gabriel shocks that are shorter by about 2 inches, even though I kind of want to lift it, the mounting hole, up 1 inch and do a really cool mod that I didn't invent. I didn't invent it. just to be clear, somebody else did. Other people told me about it. Mike Keller, had a really good conversation with that guy on the phone. Super cool guy that I did meet in the Astrovan groups. And he was talking to me about it. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show that to you when I get to it. And both of those things are supposed to be here today. Now, on top of all of that, I'm trying to squeeze in this other thing, which is getting down to San Diego this afternoon. At 4 o'clock, there's a YouTube couple, Next Meridian. They're Europeans. They're in a Toyota Defender, and they've been driving around the world. They just got back from, well, Utah. Before that, I was watching them up in at the Arctic Circle, and that's my plan. So I really would like to meet up with them and pick their brains and all that good stuff, and that's today. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Right now I have to clean out the van, get the tools out, get it all set up and ready to go. The plan was to go meet up with them and then crash you know, spend the night down there, sleeping down there in the van, and then go to Arizona. But I think I'm going to have to come back up here to do this other stuff probably tomorrow, and then cruise to Arizona. So there's a lot going on, and I couldn't get everything done at my client's house with work. I got her set up right. I just posted a video on the windows I did, and I still have to come back and tune those a little bit. And she just wants a lot more stuff. And I don't know how much I'll get done for her before Christmas. But anyhow, it's just there's a lot coming at me at the same time right now, and I'm a little bit stressed. And as I pulled in to where I have my workshop here, these super nice people, I love these people. They're like my adopted parents, except they don't ever tell me what to do, as if anybody ever was successful at that. As I pulled in, the garage door opens, so they were about to leave, and she says, "Hey, would you like some pecan pie?" Yeah, damn straight I would. Yeah, this ought to cheer me up in the short term. I'm back on the sugar. Not happy about it, but that's just how it is. So anyhow, I just figured I'd show you what I look like when I'm stressed out, man, because I don't know that you guys really get to ever see that. Sometimes we just are. It's really hit me, man. I got a headache and everything. I need some pie. It's not too bad, right? It's like when I got a mouthful of coolant the other day. Catch you next time. Be good to one another. Have a great day.